It's time to go under the weather with Kevin Selly, but in a good way.
This week, he finishes his segment on hail and the science behind such a beautiful yet destructive piece of weather.
Project ICECHIP is studying severe weather across the plains, and last time the research team laid out an array of instruments in front of a thunderstorm. In our final installment, we pick up some big hailstones. These hailstones are relatively small, but of course the sound is unmistakable. ICECHIP teams were hoping they'd find some large hail, and boy did they succeed.
You can see the growth. This is the embryo of the stone, and you can see the rhyming that is associated with the wet growth as this stone increases in size. If it's a cloudy layer, it's very cold where it grows. If it's a clear layer, it's where it's growing by wet growth, so it's freezing on contact, kind of like freezing rain.
Always teaching as well as researching, Dr. John Allen and team rushed in after the storm they targeted passed, and the stones kept getting bigger.
Look at this.
Ethan, get a bag over here, ASAP, single bag, quick. 4-incher, possibly 5.
For size comparison, 3 1/4 inches is softballs.
So this is a huge hailstone. You don't get many of these.
With one of the goals being large hail, melting is the enemy. The team tries to find and preserve as many stones as possible.
Can I see where you're storing them? Where are you putting them?
Howdy. So we've got 2 coolers in the back here. It's a little, we got a lot going on, but we've got a cooler for our crushables.
Guys, I need a big bag.
Crushables will be tested soon in the field, and then the big one showed up.
So it's probably a 6-incher, guys.
A 6-inch hailstone destined for a research lab in Boulder, Colorado. The team forecast the storm perfectly. Oh, and there was a tornado warning, too, as the hail core went right over the instrument array just south of Roaring Springs. The red and pink dots on the ICECHIP website are at least 3-inch stones.
1, 2, 3.
After collecting hailstones, they still needed to collect the instruments, which wasn't as easy as you might think. Instruments on board, it was time to gather the team and evaluate how they had done.
So let me see. Good day?
Yeah, pretty good day. Stuff out to probably 6 inches in diameter. There's certainly plenty of 5-inch stones. So very big hail here in the Texas Panhandle.
So what happens to these next?
So these stones are in a very low temperature cooler. They're destined for the lab in Boulder. We have some other stones that we're about to run through a crusher, which is basically a compressive stress tester. What that's going to do is that's going to tell us about how dense these hailstones are.
The stones are also measured for weight and size, and the 6-week ICECHIP research across the plains had only just begun. After a very long and, quote, pretty good day, these hailstones are left to melt in the parking lot. That's what's happening under the weather. I'm Kevin Selly for News Channel 10.